one's for the young and the old. This one's for the young and the old. This one's for the young and the old. For those of us that don't fit into the mold.
Alright, this is Madcap. We're here at the Soundport Recording Studio in Anaheim with Dennis Woodard and John DeMaria. How you guys doing?
Awesome, brother. Great to see you.
Good meeting you. Right on. So tell us about how this all got started.
Well, I mean, music has been a passion of mine for, a long time, since I was like 9 or 10. You know, I had songs in my head. So it was from that point, I just knew that, you know, music was my passion. So I started playing the drums, and then started playing the guitar, started playing with the band, started, you know, learning the different things. And about, I would say 15 years ago, I started building the home studio, honing in my skills while selling real estate.
Okay.
You know, to pay for it all. So I'd close a deal and pay, you know, grab some more microphones, get some stuff, until the point where I had the gear, I had the knowledge, I had the talent, I had the confidence to go for it. And I designed this place and built it with a general contractor guy. And I mean, I've got blood in the walls, you know.
Yeah.
Basically all in, you know, just going for it.
So is it all self-taught when it came to the production side?
No, I've worked with some really good mentors, and for Thomas Appel, one of the premier vocal coaches around, who I took lessons from, but he's a producer as well. And I worked with some other music with him, and they turned out really good. So that taught me how to use Pro Tools, basically. He taught me how to edit and do all that stuff. And then Larry, who I mix with, really taught me music theory, song structure, and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of side is kind of from him. So it's just having good mentors, you know, and that's how it's been, you know. But also just that natural inclination. I just have always had it in me, you know. So it's just bringing it out.
Well, you don't run on your first day. You know, you start with, you know, the passion of, I think music is cool, and the fact that Dennis has gone from, you know, basically, I just love doing this, to being able to build something like this on his own resources and his own time with his own hands it's been, I don't know, I guess you call it the American dream, whatever, but really it's just following your passion and seeing it through.
Right.
Which is rare and is awesome to see. And so yeah, kudos.
Yeah, the thing is, when I opened it, I didn't have an idea who it would draw, you know, what kind of people would come. And the team, I mean, John, especially lately, you know, we've been working together for about 6 months. He's joined the team about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's just been huge. I mean, it's just brought it to the next level. So having the different musicians, the drummers, the string players, the, you know, other guitar players, there's just a community that is growing, and it's kind of like you say, kind of like a Motown thing, not the Motown sound, but like the vibe, you know.
Well, it's so important, the culture of a place, or whatever it is, whatever that interest might be, and the fact that we're music. We have house players, you know. I mean, there are bands that come in and play their own tracks, but we have a sound, you know, that is, you know, distinct to. You know, the artists are different, their motives are different. We are firm believers in finding the gifts that each of those artists possess naturally and building that up. And the culture is important to us, you know, having people around that are doing it purely because they love this. Right. Some people are going to be huge and some people aren't, but they're doing it, and they're taking the steps to leave a legacy, I guess, is the, you know,
doing it for the right reasons, because it's what they love, not because they're looking to make a quick buck so much.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's music. It's, you know, it's entertainment. It's, you know, for everybody, and it's for ourselves. It's good.
And it's got to be great having John around, because, I mean, every time we hang out, his music knowledge is just ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how you do any recording with this guy. Talk to him for like hours and hours.
No, well, I'm a talker, right? I mean, you can hear me babbling already, you know?
Yeah.
Well, no, but I mean, just your depth of, you know, the different genres, and, I mean, it's...
But again, it's like, it's a life pursuit. I mean, you know, 8 years old, listening to my parents. You know, they weren't musicians. I mean, they were musicians in that they were active in music, but they were not listeners of music. So their album collection was old musicals. Mm-hmm. So my biggest influences are West Side Story and Jesus Christ Superstar.
Oh, wow.
But you know, that's just step one. Then you get into rock, and you get into reggae, and you get into funk. And
he's in that whole theater, you know, music theater kind of thing. Because his daughters, you know, I mean, she was a runner-up to Annie and stuff. So like, it's big time, you know. So he's got that side of it where you're writing a musical and all that. One day we're gonna produce it, you know. And you know, writing stuff for TV shows. We've got a movie score that we just finished.
Oh, wow.
That's you know, cool. I mean, it's a lot of different things we're trying to, you know, get into. But like, the thing that makes it really cool for me, not only, I mean, doing my music and stuff is awesome, but like, for instance, this girl Breezy, who came, where she doesn't play guitar, she doesn't play anything, but she sings really well, and she's got song ideas, and she writes lyrics, and she has melody ideas. So she came, and we were able to build an entire production with just awesome sounds and have her sing her melodies, and it just turned out great. And seeing just people saying, you know, this is my lifelong dream, and being able to help them achieve it is, to me, is, you know, that's rewarding.
Yeah, it's so powerful. I mean, just to keep it simple, it's all the work, you know, to get to the point where Dennis can control all of these elements. You know, the microphones are great. All the research has been done. The time on the system to master it, and then to work with artists to bring out the best in them, to help them either songwrite or get that vocal performance that's magical. They're all different skills. And the fact that, you know, we both have just loved each part of that process individually, to be able to come together at this day and age, and at our ages, and just say, we've done this. We can help others, you know.
Now, from the production end, when the artists come in, will you give your input? Because, you know, different producers will help with the input, and
yeah, I mean,
it might take 30 takes to get it to where it needs to be. But
well, like, just for example, like how I produce a lead vocal. All the artists, you know, behind the mic and everything, I'm talking to them, obviously, through the headphones. But we'll typically, sometimes, even with good singers, you know, we'll do 8-10 takes, and I'll you know, put together a master take. Mm-hmm. I mean, we take a lot of care into the production. I mean, I'm a producer before an engineer, you know, so that's, my engineering just helps me produce, you know. And like, a lot of the cases, you know, I'm playing the instruments, I'm playing the bass, you know. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like, I'm playing guitar, so it's singing harmonies, you know. So it's like, that's fun for me. But, you know, there can't be too much of me, so I like to bring in other players, like John, you know. John's a piano player, guitar player, vocalist, you know, same as me, same as, you know, other people. Larry's one of the premier theory guitar teacher. So everybody's a musician. We say, we need a solo here. Here's a guitar, Larry, and just bust it out, and then, you know, that's just how it goes.
Kind of
the inspiration is whoever's in the room and whatever session's pulled up.
Kind of like Muscle Shoals and the Swampers, you know. You guys got your studio ability to play with the artist if they need some bass or guitar or piano or.
For sure.
But the production part, you know, is a process. I mean, they come in, you know, people come in knowing exactly what they want. I've got this song. So it's really just finding where I guess to keep it easy, you know, where's the soul of this inspiration? Mm-hmm. And how do we document that? So it's true to, you know, sometimes they don't know exactly. They know artists that they want to mirror or that they like. I call it aesthetic, right? We know that you like, you know, drums, or we know that you like a lot of, you know, wicka-wickas or whatever, melody, harmony. And then just building that with them so they're involved. We're producing, and Dennis is an amazing producer and has a lot of creative ideas, but allowing each artist to have their opinion, so we can help steer that sound as opposed to dictating the sound.
Right.
Because if it's not copacetic or working together, then it's always watch me do it, as opposed to, hey, we're all going to create this to get that nugget and see where it lives.
Get inside their head to see where the whole vibe for them came from in the first place.
Yeah, like I'll sit down with them and, you know, tell me what your vision is. What are you seeing? And then even, you know, some will be, you know, singer-songwriter, this is exactly what I want, I know what I want, you know. And I can tell, you know, well, they're not as open to this, they have a clear vision. I'm just going to make that come to reality, suggest certain things. There's other people where it's a whole other story, where it's just building it from scratch. So kind of seeing what their vision is without them having the full idea of the vision, knowing how do I get there, and seeing that and then getting there. You know, that's the challenge, and that's what makes it fun. You know, and luckily, thank God, we've had a happy client. So I haven't had a mix yet where the client was like disappointed.
What year did you guys start? Did it become fully functional?
I opened about 2.5 years ago.
Okay. How long did it take you this place is absolutely gorgeous. How long did it take you to build it?
I took the space, and it was just a blank. When I got here, actually, there was a huge machine shop, just gnarly machines, half of cars, all in here, all open. So I'm like, vision, you know, I'm like, all right, see it. So I've just mapped it all out, and it took about from when I took the lease to when I was ready to start producing, it took about 3 months.
Wow, 3 months. That's pretty impressive.
A lot of work, you know, just.
Well, he did all the legwork himself.
I laid the floors with my dad, painted with my mom.
Right, exactly.
And a contractor buddy, we framed it, and then I hired people to drywall it. But yeah, it's all soundproof, all tuned. So
Nice.
It came out better than I ever expected it would. It just feels like it's.
Well, what I like so much is that there is not there's not a space in here that's not thought through, not a place. You know, I mean, even this what do they call that? I mean, I know the video can't see it, but the sound diffuser, Dennis researched online and built that. You know, cut the pieces of wood, put it together. All the way, I mean, obviously that's a small thing. That's, well, I guess it's a big thing, but you got microphones for all different types. You know. Equipment that, you know, were used on certain Beatles records because Dennis loved that aesthetic of why that, you know, that one, I don't know the names of them, sorry guys, but the device, I call them the buttons, the gadgets, whatever, but it's impressive. It really is, you know.
Nice. So how do people go about if they want to book time and get in here? What's the best way for them to find out about you guys and contact?
Yeah, they can either call me, go online. You know, we're really building the online presence, so they can go to the website.
Soundportalstudio.com.
Yeah, go to the soundportalstudio.com. That'll link you to all the social sites. You have our contact information in that. And I encourage people to hit us up and come down and check it out, you know. Spend 15 minutes with us, feel the vibe, hear the music, kind of see what we're doing. And then it's just finding good fit, you know. And, I mean, I don't turn away too many people, but...
Is there, like, a certain criteria where sometimes you're just like, it's just not going to vibe right? Or
yeah,
like...
I mean, I've got to feel that I know I can get this to a place. You know, if somebody comes in and they have zero good ideas, and I mean, I'm gonna be honest. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Right.
Because everything that comes out of here, I consider my reputation. So I treat no matter who the artist is like it's my baby. You know, every single song. So it's, that's my thing. Because I'm basically right now is paying the dues.
Yeah.
What's 2015 looking like?
3 record releases. Band. We're going to start playing the reggae project out, Kelly Skater and the Pipe Dreams. That's blowing up online. We just passed 52,000 followers on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, people are really we've released some certain things, so that's building. Continuing doing what we're doing, making songs for different projects and working with good people. You know, other than the records and the band, it's going to be fun to see who comes in. We've got started one with this Indian guy from India, and he's it's awesome. It's like when I first met him, I don't know what this is going to be, because I read the lyrics and they were kind of off the wall, and is this going to work? Because he wanted a pop kind of thing. I didn't know if he was catering to people in India or not, but it's not, and it just, how it turned out, I think I love it. I joke with John and say, dude, this dwarfs anything we've ever done. It's too funny.
Well, sometimes as songwriters, you have an expectation what you think is great. You think of the lyrics of Bob Dylan, the music of Zeppelin or the Beatles or whatever. So as a songwriter, you have a certain kind of standard that you'll write to. But when somebody comes in with just an idea that they're passionate about, maybe they haven't spent a life in songwriting, it's not going to be what we would consider as a songwriter, wow, I would do that myself. But when we put our passion behind it and our musicality, it becomes something greater, because we wouldn't have gone there on our own. And I think it's going to be huge. I mean, even if it's Gingham Style, I mean, that one hit, oh my God, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the legacy, awesome, because it deserves it, because it's special,
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Do you ever have any artists that will come in with a label already, and you've got to kind of do a little back and forth between the label and the...
Yeah, not a major label, but I recorded a band who's on a fairly ages. It's a rock band, and they're on tour now, and they're picked up by same managers like Tool and stuff. So
okay.
They're on the rise. As far as working directly with labels, no, I'd love to, but not yet.
Does that take a little of the creativity out of it, do you suppose, when it gets to that point, or does it still give you the freedom to...
Yeah, I haven't dealt with it, so I'm not sure yet,
One of the things that, with bands, and this is just a general perspective, is that you have passionate people, but you also have different egos and different expectations.
Right.
5 people, 4 people. So the first part of the process is really just finding that collective vision. What do we all agree on?
Right.
Because there's going to be, the drums are too loud here or too soft, or so...
No, I can't hear my bass, so you got to get that
So
up.
you have to have that trust as a producer, as a team, to say, we're going to have to make some decisions, as we go, to make sure that everyone's satisfied on some level. There's give and take. But once we overcome the ego part and everyone is on board, then it's like momentum. It's just the momentum, the snowball effect.
A lot of late nights, I'd imagine. Just getting,
Mixing every night but one. I take one night off.
That's right. It's for 2 years.
Wow.
Dennis and Larry had come in for 6 days a week. I would say, religiously. I mean, it's not an exaggeration.
Go beer at 6.
And
wow.
That element of communication is very high. As any new relationship, who does what best or better than me? What skills do you own that I don't own?
Sure.
And then having trust, and then it's beautiful.
The thing that's cool, because Larry fills gaps, that I can't fill.
Yep.
John fills gaps that I can't fill. And, I fill gaps that they can't fill. And
Absolutely.
It's working. It's that team. Larry will have, you should see his notebook. It's like the mix notebook. It's like the Bible, It's it opens up and it's got one song is 3 full pages of notes.
Oh, wow.
Each
everything
track.
Broken up. All track selection. Where we're going to put stuff, Different notes, we got to do this. So it's at the end of a mix, it's gnarly. I mean, you look through this book of 2 years. We're on the second big book of songs, and it's just...
That's great.
It's really structured and, taken seriously.
And every song really does have its own story, and then to be broken down like that into pages.
Well, the end product is basically the bottom line. How do we take the recordings that we do here, and how do they sound out in the world? Whether it's on a little phone, headphones, if you're in your car, if you're walking down downtown Disney and the song is being played, how is that coming across? Mm-hmm. And those notes are just a vehicle, basically, to instill that we're meeting all of the expectations of those formats. And that's not an easy thing to do. It's like understanding a microphone is one thing, but then being able to, you know, take that microphone, add certain effects, levels are really a big thing, and what the expectation is. It's every day it's impressive, you know, and
thinking out of the box, you know, it's like not doing the same thing every time. It's like, all right, you know, this song, like we're working with these two guys at 19, college kids. First time in the studio, one's a bass player, one's a guitar player, one sings harmony, the other sings lead, and we're building a song, and they're just, I mean, it's just...
they're doing a Dylan song.
Yeah, that's
the thing.
Is, like, instead of having the vocal right up, like a usual production, I've just put it in the room and had him do his thing, and compressed it in so it's still present, but it has the room sound. It just fits better for that style. Where a pop song, you want it real close, you want that proximity effect. So it's just approaching it in a way where you're thinking, what does the song call for? And it's always comes down to that. It's like the song tells you, you know, I need something here, I need this. And it's really listening to the song. Because I know, like, Mike Patton, Faith No More, he's saying it's like, I'm not really a songwriter, I'm more like an archaeologist that's digging up the song that already exists.
Sure. Absolutely. Right on. Well, thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yes, John. Thank you, man.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah,
man.
Sound Portal in Anaheim. Check it out. If you're looking to get something recorded, made, come down to Spissy Ball.
Sleep all day, party all night.